Okay, welcome back, everyone. Looks like we're a few short. But we're getting into the evening, so the people that are in the weird opposite time zones may just not be here. So towards the end, someone made a comment that they were maxing out on 4 sense organs. It's Nat. What time is it there, Nat? So someone said they were maxing out on 4 sense organs. Remember, we haven't actually combined sense organs yet. So you shouldn't be trying to make the front of the body, vision, sound, and smell, for example, appear at this point. We're really just focused on one sense at a time. So the job of combining everything is going to be towards the end. So when we do walking with the sense of smell in a moment here, you're putting 90% or 80% of your bandwidth into smell while we do walking. But the other 20%, you're not trying to open the tactile gate or something. You're not trying to open the visual gate. You're just letting a little bit of light in through the eyes and putting a little bit of attention in the body so that you don't fall over. I mean, somebody said that they were stumbling last time when they were trying to focus too hard on the auditory gate. So open the smell sense gate as much as you can while only devoting about 80% of your mental bandwidth to it. The other 20%, put it in your eyes and your body so you don't fall over. Okay? This takes some fine tuning. It takes some work. So let's start with standing. Put your mind in your feet. We're going to start with a body scan, tactile. Put your mind in your feet. Ankles. Let's just build the body from the ground up. So fill everything from the knee down. Fill everything from the hip joint down. Fill everything from the pelvis down. Fill everything from the waist down with your awareness. Fill everything from the diaphragm belt down with your awareness. Fill everything from the collarbones and chest belt down with your awareness. Add your left shoulder, bicep, elbow, forearm, wrist, palm and back of hand, and stretch to the fingertips and nail beds. Add your right shoulder, bicep, elbow, forearm, palm and back of hand. Stretch the awareness to the fingertips and the nail beds. Stretch your awareness up to include the bottom third of your neck, the middle third, the top third, the joint. And just let your awareness fill your skull all the way to the top. Find the sensitive point at the top of your skull and reestablish the connection, stretching from the top of the skull to the fingertips and nail beds. Stretch again from the crown down to the toe tips, toenails, and heels. In the tactile sphere, become aware of everything to the front, back, left, right, up, down. Now, bring your awareness into the tactile field, the sense of touch, and bring it fully to your nose. Now transition over to the sense of smell. Smell everything that's close. Stretch it to the front. Stretch it to the back. To the left. To the right. Up. And down. If you can only hold 4 points, that's fine. If you can hold all 6, that's fine. If you can release all 6 and hold the whole sphere, then do that. Make sure that you are not focusing on tactile awareness of the nose. You should be placing 90-95% of your awareness on just smell. Now maintaining the sphere of awareness of smell as best you can. If you can maintain 4 points, that's fine. 6 points, that's fine. If you need to stop in between to refresh the directions, that's fine. But try to now begin walking with this smell, the olfactory sphere completely open, or as open as you can get it. Come to rest. Place the awareness into the lower abdomen. Tactile awareness. Okay, let's move to a sitting position. Now, there are two people here. I'm assuming it's Alex and Nat. Could be wrong. If it is, do you have a cup of tea or coffee with you? Since I'm not getting any feedback, I have to assume. Recently empty cup with a drug in the bottom. Okay. A drag. Drugs and dregs are different. Okay. So it's good to have something with taste at hand because this this will also be difficult. Again, you don't actually need an outside taste to open the taste gate, but if you've never done this before, it can help. Yeah. So our minds are fairly primed. So we'll jump right in. First, just do full body tactile awareness. Move your tactile awareness to your tongue. Now transition over from tactile awareness to the sense of taste. It can help to move your tongue around a little bit, maybe swish your saliva. Your mouth, generally speaking, already has a taste. It's usually just subtle, so we're not aware of it. Now try to bring your awareness to the furthest forward place you can taste something. The furthest back place you can taste something. The furthest left place you can taste something. And the furthest to the right place you can taste something. Once again, if needed, take a little sip of your tea or coffee. Just so that it's a little easier to tell where tastes are. Furthest forward. The furthest backwards. Furthest to the left. And the furthest to the right. One more time. Try to make a clear distinction between tactile sensations and the sense of taste. So we're only focused on taste. Forward. Back. Left. Right. Now place your taste awareness, your mind inside the center of the taste awareness as best you can. And from there, stretch forward and back. Hold 3 points. Left and right. Hold 5 points. Once again, mind in the center. If you need to take a sip of your tea or coffee, you can. Stretch the awareness forward, back, left, and right. Hold 5 points. One more time. Forward, back, left, and right. Don't analyze, don't imagine, don't elaborate, don't mentally label things. Just now let the mind be like a mirror and solely reflect the taste field. Even if there's not much in the taste field, simply reflect the taste field. Okay. Bring the awareness down to the lower abdomen. Change over to tactile sensation. And breathe into the lower abdomen without stretching the belly unnaturally. Questions? It's interesting. Somebody said that it makes them produce a lot of saliva. It may be that well, a couple things could be going on. One is that you're bringing a lot more attention to your mouth. And usually the only time ordinarily that you're bringing attention to your mouth is when you're about to eat. So your mind may have an association between needing to produce saliva and putting attention in your mouth. Who knows? You know, could also just be that when you move a lot of attention into one area, more blood tends to flow into that area. So it just could be that you're just activating the glands and so forth by placing more attention there. Someone said that they were able to have almost sole focus on your tongue. So, small technical distinction, and this is probably just your language. I do understand what you mean, that you were able to focus on taste, but taste isn't your tongue, right? When you focus on vision, you don't focus on your eyeballs. And when you focus on sound, you don't focus on your ear, right? So I'm not saying that this is what you were doing, but it is a common mistake where someone tries to focus on smell and instead they end up just being aware of the tactile sensations of breathing instead of focusing on smell. Yeah. And the person in the chat said taste is a better word. But since it's a common error, it's worth mentioning. Sometimes people will end up focusing on the tactile sensation of their tongue because they can't get their mind to focus on taste when there isn't a taste. You know, it's very difficult, very, very difficult to get your mind into a sense power when it isn't actively cognizing some object. But it is the equivalent of going like this, right? And it's black. So your eyes are still active and you're aware that it's blackness. So in the same way, it's silence, or it's the absence of smell, or it's the absence of a taste. It's just getting the mind, having the ability to get the mind into that sense power and focus on it fully. And then open it and rest in a state of being where you are simply existing in that sense power. So since smell and taste are not our primary senses as human beings, I think the spiritual effect of focusing on them for most people is less. You probably noticed that you had more profound experiences with the body, vision, and sound. Taste and smell you can still have these profound non-dual experiences, but because we don't spend very much time with them, we don't really associate smelling with being me and tasting with being me as much as seeing, like my vision is me and hearing is like me and my body is me. I think if we had to give up our senses, we would give up taste or smell way before we gave up hearing or vision or touch. So our identity, our sense of identity, I think, is much more tightly bound up with vision, sound, and touch, which is part of the reason I start with those. But also, as I mentioned before, it's just harder to get the mind into the olfactory and the gustatory sense sphere, in particular if there's not much going on. Uh, so, okay. As of right now, we have now covered all 5 of the external senses. So next time, we will do a little bit of walking with the sense of taste, and then we'll do the final sense. We'll do mental consciousness, or I should go here, mental consciousness, heart mind. Okay, I'll see you. What time is it now? 6:30, so 7 o'clock.